gone. It's finished.
Recording.
There you go.
Okay. We're recording. Okay. Welcome. So let's find a comfortable seat. As usual, we'll start with a seated centering, grounding, getting ready to move in a meditative way through our class. So you can close your eyes. Root down through the sitting bones and rise up through the crown on your inhale breath. See if you can widen the collarbone, so stretch the head of the arm bones a little bit away from each other on your inhale. And exhale, right into the pit of the belly. So to work on Agni, the fire within, the fire of transformation, we really want to focus on that exhale and drawing in the strength right in the navel center. Continue to follow the breath. The Ayurvedic concept of fire, or Agni, is critically important to our overall health. Agni is the force of intelligence within each cell, each tissue, every system within the body. Ultimately, it is the discernment of Agni that determines which substances enter our cells and tissues and which substances should be removed as waste. In this way, Agni is the gatekeeper of life. Agni is the intelligence that drives us physically, mentally, and spiritually. When strengthened and balanced, it is the power of digestion and assimilation, transforming food into nourishment and life experience into wisdom. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart and bow your chin to your chest. Setting your intention, connect to the fire of transformation within. To allow that heat within the belly, with the direction of the mind, to transform our body into healing, balanced bodies of light energy. Begin to blink the eyes open, taking in the tips of the fingers, and slowly taking in the room. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms around and up. And exhale to grow a little bit taller, engaging that pit of the belly, drawing the navel in. Feel the contraction through the abdominals. Inhale, stretch the arms around and up. And exhale. So right away, you should start feeling the core really working to help maintain balance and length in the spine, space between the vertebrae. Grow taller. Exhale, draw the navel in. But bring the hands to the knees. Inhale, draw the heart, sternum up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the navel in. Tuck the tail under and pull the ribs in so you're rounding through the spine. Inhale, lift up. Looks like a seated cat-cow. Elbows pinch back. Exhale, draw the navel in. Even doing the throat lock, Jalahara Bandha. Inhale, lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. But keeping the belly in, walk your hands forward and stretch the hips. You can roll a little bit from right side to left side. Roll the hands a little bit farther if it's comfortable for you, maybe a little bit to the right. And a little bit to the left. Pausing where you feel like you need to stretch a little bit more. Let's walk our hands back to center and change the cross of the legs. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, draw into the fire within the pit of the belly. Inhale, lift the heart, squeeze. And exhale, draw the navel in. Hold it there, walk your hands forward. This helps to help root the sitting bones into the floor as you stretch the body forward. Take a bigger walk over towards the right side. Stretch and reach through the left hand. Take the left hand, reach it up and all the way back over. Pull the shoulder blade onto the back. Exhale, pull the belly and bring it all the way back forward. Good, one more time, big rainbow with that left arm. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back to center and walk yourself back and up. And let's walk it out and over towards the left. Reaching more through the right hand, pulling the belly in to help anchor the right sitting bone. And then inhale, stretch up, opening through the chest, pull the shoulder blade, right shoulder blade onto the back. Exhale, draw the navel in and stretch, pulling the belly button back. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then walk your hands back to center, just so we can begin to feel the heat in the belly. Let's start on the back. So bring your back to the floor. And exhale, draw the navel in so the lower back flattens to the earth. And lift the tail. And then inhale, completely relax. Exhale, draw the navel in, lift the tail. Inhale, relax the belly. This time, exhale, draw the navel in, lift the tail, and roll the shoulder blades off the floor. So the tail is lifted, shoulder blades peel up. And inhale, relax back down. Exhale, navel in, tail lifts, roll the shoulders off the floor, hold your exhale. So very contracted through the front body. And inhale, release. One more time, exhale, belly in, tail lifts, roll the shoulders in and reach through the fingertips, hold your exhale. Inhale, gently release. Last one, exhale, belly in, tail lifts, roll and hold that exhale. Hold it here, lift the right heel, just the heel, pulling the tail up, and then lift the right heel. Good, and release. And hug the knees in towards the chest. Draw little circles. Change the direction. Good, and let's stretch right. We had a request for a little energy work, so let's stretch the legs out and the arms out. And just from the head of the arm bone and the head of the hips, turn the arms and legs in and out. So tap the toes together and roll the palms facing up and down on the floor, relaxing the rest of the body. You can go a little bit quickly here, like a fish out of water. Good, and then relax. Good, and walk the feet in. Draw the knees in towards the chest and roll right up to standing. You can push your hands behind you. Come into your forward fold. And roll up through the spine. So just like we don't want too much heat on the stove when we're cooking something or too little heat, we want to find that balance of energy. So maybe you felt some of that energy leaving the body. We want to maintain a balance. We want to learn how to direct our energy. Our energy are our thoughts, the digestion, our movement. So all with control of awareness. Let's do a little tapping. So we'll just start with a swing from side to side and let the arms tap the body wherever they land. Shoulders, Maybe you'll bring it up gently to the upper shoulder. So slight engagement of that core strength, belly pulling into the spine to support it. And then gently let it unwind, coming back to center and fingertips to the crown, to the temples. Think how you can transform the energy of the past. Most of our direction is formed between the age of 1 and 6 years old. So the patterns that we create in life. And it's all stored back here in the subconscious mind. So let's take an opportunity to maybe create some change, and to release those things in the past that don't serve our purpose. Under the chin, sides of the neck, and then right under the collarbones. Just feel that movement, like how it brings a little bit of extra energy into the heart center, into the thymus, into our center of strength for the immunity, for the immune system. And then onto the kidneys and adrenal glands. And to the hips. We're going to work a little bit on our hips today and finding safety in our poses and strength. And just all the way down the legs and up the inner leg, down the outer leg, and inner leg. One more time. And take a moment. See if you can bring the feet to your Tadasana feet. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. And exhale into the pit, the fire within. Big inhale, stretch the arms around and up. Stay tall as you exhale and pull the navel center in. Soften the knees, pull them slightly forward. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. This time exhale right into chair pose, hands to the heart, pulling the belly in, even tucking the tail slightly, lengthening through the back body. Exhale, dive forward, reach for the toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Fingertips to the floor. Big step back with the right leg. Lower the right knee. And inhale, rise up. Exhale into the pit of the belly as you bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Pause. Try to get a little bit more length through the crown of the head. So tail to crown, but the belly still firing. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Hug the femur bones into the pelvis, so feel that pulling up, the lift of the lower belly, and exhale. Same side, right elbow to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, straighten through the back leg. Pull the right hip forward, the left hip back, so you have that squareness through the sacrum. Press the right thigh up. Press the left thigh down. So both thighs are pressing the hand into the hamstrings. Take the left hand up towards the sky. Get longer. Press through the right foot to push the crown of the head forward. Exhale, pull the belly in. Release the left hand to the floor. Step the right foot up to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms around and up. Big inhale. And exhale into the pit of the belly, lower abdominals, pelvic floor lift. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, reach forward, chair pose. Long through the back body, hug the arm bones in. We're looking for centration of the arms and the legs, but length and space between the vertebrae. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Big step back with the left leg. Lower the knee. Inhale, rise up. Press down. Fire in the belly as you exhale. Lift the pelvic floor so you feel that scoop and hollow of the lower belly. Exhale, take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. Stretch and lengthen space between the vertebrae. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Hug the right thigh back, left hip forward. Inhale, bring it back and up to center. Find a little bit more space. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Curl the back toes under, straighten through the left leg. So the left thigh is reaching up towards the sky. The right thigh is pressing down to the floor. Right heel pulls back, left leg pulls forward. Right hand up to the sky, twisted lunge. Exhale, release. Step the left foot up to the right. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms around and up, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart chair pose. Pause for a moment. Inhale, lengthen from the crown to the tail. Exhale, pull the navel center in. Feel the fire in the belly. Stretch the arms out. Reach the right hand back. Forward with the left hand. But inhale, bring it to center. Take the left hand back, right hand forward. Fire in the belly. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Lower to the knees. So we're going to come through a little vinyasa. Allow your focus to be on the transition as well as coming into the pose. Inhale into arching cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into a neutral table pose. Exhale, elbows to the ground, tops of the toes to the floor, belly pulls all the way in and up. Inhale, come up to hands and knees, arching cat. Exhale, pull the belly in, downward facing dog. Let the head hang heavily here, weight into the fingertips, press the inner thighs back. Good, inhale, back to the floor, to the knees. Exhale, elbows down, toes down, hug the belly in. One more time, move through each part of your transition consciously aware. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, pull the belly in. It comes deeper and deeper as you exhale. Inhale, back to hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. So hold for a moment here, head to the ground. Let the head rest on the floor. And press back up to hands and knees. Maybe walk the hands just a little bit further in front of the shoulder so you can hinge down onto the belly. So here again, we want to feel that fire in the belly. So exhale, just the exhale, lift the belly up off the floor. curl the tail. Inhale, relax completely. Exhale, draw the navel in, lengthen the tail towards the heels. This time, pull your heart forward, keeping that action, inhaling into the side ribs. Exhale, lower. Take an inhale, start to draw the navel in, tail lengthens. Inhale, stretch the upper body. So the bottom rib stays on the floor and the belly button is lifting so the tail can stay long. Make sure the pinky toes are connected to the ground. One more time. Exhale, draw the navel in, tail lengthens. Inhale, lift up, keeping the belly in, keeping that fire in the belly. Use your fingertips to find a little bit more space between the thoracic, the rib cage vertebrae. And then exhale, let's bring the right cheek to the mat. Pause. Soften the jaw. Inhale. As you inhale, lift the belly. It's counterintuitive, but you want to lift the belly to keep the back long. Exhale, left cheek to the mat. Good. Inhale, bring it back to center. Belly's lifting. Curl the toes. Send the hips up to hands and knees. Inhale, arch. Exhale, draw the navel in. Tuck the tail. Pull the ribs in so you're in an inverted crunch. Inhale, curl the toes. Exhale, navel in, tail in, chin to the throat. Inhale, curl the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up towards the sky. Step outside of the right pinky. Find the right knee over the right ankle. Continue to press the left outer thigh up. Inhale, right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, right elbow to the inside of the right heel. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, stretch up. Or stretching the inner hips. Exhale, pull the belly in, right elbow to the floor. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale. This time, right hand to the floor. Lower the left knee. You can keep the hands here. Lower the outer elbow, inner elbow. Coming into lizard pose. Hold for a moment. So you don't want to completely drop into the joints. You want some muscular connection. Feel that lifting of the pelvic floor, maybe pulling the right heel back, the left knee slightly forward to lift. That lift of the pelvic floor is what lifts the base of the spine and helps us to grow a little bit taller. Good, so just bring your hands back up, lift that left foot off the floor. You can bring your right hand to the knee and just twist to look over the shoulder, or if you want to try to reach for the foot, you can reach for the foot. Exhale, feel that fire in the belly. But cartwheel the right hand down to the floor, curl the left toes, downward facing dog, and take a moment to walk your dog, bend the right knee, left knee. So let the head hang like a ripe piece of fruit. Left leg to the sky, open up through the left side. Big step forward, left foot to the left pinky. So we're not dropping the right knee yet. Right leg stays strong. Left hand to the sky, stretch through the crown of the head. Exhale, left elbow to the inside of the left heel. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, we're wrapping through the whole spine. Inhale, stretch up, open through the chest, press back through the right heel. Exhale, left elbow towards the floor. Inhale one more time. Allow the transitions to be part of the flows. Get connected to the flow. Bring the left hand to the floor. Lower the right knee, right elbow down, maybe the left elbow down, or you can bring it up onto blocks. Hug the legs in so you can lift the pelvic floor, find a little bit more length through the spine. Breathe into the stretch. Good, and press the hands to the floor. Bring the left hand to the left knee. Start to turn as you lengthen through the crown. Maybe the right toes will lift up towards the ground, maybe not. Maybe you'll want to reach for them with the left hand, maybe not. Then hold and breathe. Scissor the legs towards each other. Open through the collarbones. Gently unwind. Bring yourself back to downward facing dog. Hold for a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, fire into the belly. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, reach forward into chair pose. Pull the ribs towards each other. Breathe length into the back body. Maybe even pulling the base of the skull off the back. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Big step back with the left leg this time. Come into high lunge. Stretch the arms up. Soften through the back knee. Let's release the hands down. Bring them to the frontal hip points. As you straighten through the left leg, continue to lift the frontal hip points and draw the elbows back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Get a little bit taller by pulling those heels towards each other, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the navel in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, slowly lift up back into center. Press into the right foot, rise, tail drops. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Draw the heart forward, belly in, lengthen through the heels, more weight into the fingertips. So lift the center arch of the hand, especially the carpal tunnel by the wrist. Lower the knees, pull yourself forward with the belly in. Continue to let the belly rise towards the spine as you inhale, maybe a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Inhale, this time lift the right foot off the floor. Pinky toe side of the foot. Lifting. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Inner thigh spiral. Exhale, lower. This time, take the hands up off the floor. Let the belly draw into the spine so you feel that fire in the belly. Pull the elbows back. Lengthen through the back. Gentle curve in the neck. Exhale, release. Curl the toes. Hands and knees, just like we did before. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale back to hands and knees. Exhale back to the heels. Inhale, come into arching cat. Exhale. Back to downward facing dog. Take the left leg up towards the sky. Big step through. High lunge. So if the legs are a little bit wider apart, you'll have a little bit better balance. Bring your hands to the frontal hip points. Pick them up. You can bend the back knee. Hold it with the strength of the lower belly and the lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale, stretch the arms up as you press the right heel back and try to keep the pelvis in a somewhat neutral position. Inhale, find more length through the vertebrae. Exhale, take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Continue to press the right thigh up and back. Inhale, bring yourself back and up towards center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step the right foot up to the left. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, drop your seat, come into chair pose, reach the arms forward. Spin the pinkies towards each other. Pull the arm bones into the body. Pull the ribs in, drop the tail, lengthen through the crown. Feel the work through the core, but press into the feet, inhale, rise, open through the heart space. Exhale, right back down into chair, pull the ribs in. Exhale, dive forward, reach for the toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Step or float back to plank to chaturanga. Always want to, if you're hopping especially, you want to come into a bent arm so you have shock absorption. Inhale, lift up. Belly strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up towards the sky. Big step through. We're coming into warrior two pose. Anchor the back heel. Cartwheel the hand up to warrior two. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Lift that right hip up. Press the left thigh back so there's a level pelvis. Press into the big toe mound and then roll the weight into the outer heel, keeping the big toe mound, both feet down. Reach through the hands, press the palms down, lift the heart. A little bit more reach through the left hand. Connect that heat through the center. Pull the ribs in, belly in, pelvic floor lifts. See if you can lift the arches of the feet all the way into the pelvic floor so you grow a little bit taller. Good. Hold and breathe. Pull the right knee a little bit more towards the right toe so you turn on the power of the external rotators in the right butt cheek. Good. Let's reach the right arm up towards the sky. Left arm down. Bring the hands to maybe touch behind the back. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, find that fire in the belly as you reach the arms forward. Stretch through the fingertips. Draw the navel and ribs in. Length through the body. Press into the outer left heel. But inhale, come back into reverse triangle. This time straighten through the front leg. But exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Lower the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale. Belly drives up towards the spine. Breathe into the side ribs. Exhale, lower. And bring the elbows to the floor. Curl the toes and start to feel that fire in the belly lifting towards the spine. Don't let the shoulders shrug up towards the ears. From here, maybe picking the knees up off the floor or leaving them down. Hold and breathe. Keep the hips absolutely steady. Release the right knee to the floor. Full steady breaths. Right leg up. Lower the left knee. Any discomfort, both knees come to the floor. Both knees up. Pull the belly in, lengthen the tail. Lower the knees. Lower the belly. Walk the elbows forward and take a moment in Sphinx pose. Big breath in. Feel the heat as we really charge up the center, the digestive area of the body. All the internal organs as we squeeze and lift the belly in. Take the elbows wide, slide the hands back, curl the toes, press the hips up and back. This time take the left leg up towards the sky. Big step through. Anchor the back heel. Coming into warrior two pose. Press down, lift the heart. Good. See if you can feel the frontal hip points lifting up. We tend to over-arch the back in this pose. Turn on the external rotator, so feel the outer hips engage as you draw the knees away from each other, like you're pushing out. Press down through the big toe and pinky toe. And then allow yourself to draw the arches up all the way into the pelvic floor so you feel length through the crown of the head. Take the left arm up, right arm down and behind your back. Maybe taking Gomukhasana arms, or just finding a comfortable stretch. Tricep of the left hand, internal rotators on the right shoulder. Little back bend, inhale, stretch that elbow up to the sky. Anytime we flex lateral bend in any direction, any movement of the spine, the length comes first. But exhale, come into a reaching lunge pose. Pull the belly in. Try to drive weight into the outer right heel. Inhale, reverse triangle. Stretch through that left side of the body. Try to lift the left hip, drop the tail. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, release. Reach the arms forward. Pull the belly in. Lift the inner thighs. Lift the thumbs. Hold. Stretch the body long. Most important is that fire in the belly. Pulling in, creating length and space. No compression in the lower back. Take your hands behind your head. Hold. Get a little bit longer through the upper chest. Elbows a little bit higher. Belly in. Inner thighs lifting. Exhale, release. Press up. Take a moment in child's pose. Belly in. Then press up to hands and knees. Curl the toes. And back to downward facing dog. Step or float the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Drop your seat, find chair pose. Good. Sweep the arms behind you. Clasp the hands. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale. Take a moment to find Tadasana. Let's just step back with the right leg into warrior one pose. So remember, we don't have to do crazy poses to find a lot of strength in the body. Pull the left knee forward. Press down into the earth. Pull the thigh bones into the pelvis. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, stretch the arms up so we can find that stretch through the tendons in the arms, but then release and find the strength, hugging the arm bones in, pulling the ribs in. From that hook of the arm, stretch and find a little bit more space in the front body, pulling the left knee forward. Let's see if you can feel the arches in the feet. Hold and breathe. Take the arms wide. Take the left hand under, right hand over into Garudasana arms. Pull the elbows away from each other. So again, just like we're trying to find space between the vertebrae, we want to hug the arm bones in. So by pulling the arms away from each other against the resistance of your own forearms, feel the shoulder blades slide down the back, deepening the head of the arm bone into its socket. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fire in the belly, pull it in, humble warrior. Let the head hang. Unwind the arms, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, reach forward, hold. Pull the left knee slightly back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Straighten through the left leg, take a little stretch. You can let the head hang. Maybe shake the head. Step the right foot up to the left. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Drop your seat, find chair pose. So take a moment to close your eyes. Imagine you can feel the balance of length from the right sitting bone to the right shoulder, left sitting bone to the left shoulder. Pull the ribs slightly in. Draw the thumbs slightly back. Press up and all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands behind you, opposite interlace of the fingers. Inhale. And exhale, release. Big step back with the left leg. Warrior one on the opposite side. Have your hands on the hips just for a second. Lift the hips. Lift the front of the hips. Draw the heels together. Big toe mound presses down. Outer pinky toe presses down. Feel the strength in the leg like you're trying to push the floor away from you. At the same time, as you push in, lift the pelvic floor. Feel those bottom ribs, the lower belly pull in, feeling the fire in the belly. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, stretch up. Pull space between each of the vertebrae. And exhale, hug the heads of the arm bones. And without losing the space in the spine, that's the hard part. Arms wide. Right hand under, left hand over, cross at the elbow. Garudasana, eagle arms. Pull the elbows away from each other to slide the heads of the arm bones back. Hold and breathe. Feeling the shoulder blades drop away from the back of the neck. Press into the earth. Get more strength in the legs. Exhale, humble warrior, belly in. Let the head hang. Now release the arms towards the floor, just like gravity. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Release the arms back to warrior one. Use the strength of that front leg. More strength in the front body. Reach forward. Slightly pull the right hip back. Hold. Feel all the work in the back of that right thigh, right buttocks. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Straighten if you can through the right leg. Let the head hang. Step the right foot up to the left foot up to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms around and up. And exhale. So before we come to the floor, let's try to practice Agni Sara. It is an advanced practice. If you're pregnant, menstruating, just do the exhale without the holding the breath. Okay, so we're going to just take the legs a little bit wider, press the hands into the thighs. Good. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Tuck the tail slightly under, pull the ribs slightly in, pull the belly in. Hold your exhale breath, and then take a mock inhale. Draw the diaphragm up into the rib cage. Tuck the chin down. When you need to, take a breath. But inhale, relax. Couple of natural breaths. So the Kriya of Nali, we start to shift the hips a little bit to really massage the internal organs. Again, if the holding the breath brings too much heat, too much lack of breath, then just do the exhale deeply into the belly. Big inhale. Exhale completely. Draw the diaphragm up without taking an inhale, like you're taking a breath in, but you're not. And start to shift. Contracting the right side of the abdominal, the left side, the right side. When you need to, take that breath in. Exhale, release. Little back bend. Inhale, roll up. Big inhale. Exhale. And let's come down to the floor. So we don't have, not everybody has blocks, but let's set up like we did have blocks. In front of the big toes, between the big toe mounds, equal space between the knees. Then slide the hips closer to the heels and come down, keeping the alignment of the toes parallel. We tend to duck toe the feet. I want you to make sure that the feet are parallel and one foot's not further in front of the other. And then come down. So we want as much engagement through the inner thighs as the glutes to bring the balance in the sacrum. Inhale. Let's bring the elbows to the floor and roll the outer arms down towards the floor like we're trying to lift the inner armpit. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in, curl the tail up, and start to lift the hips. Feel the magnetic pull between the inner thighs. As you try to lift the outer thighs, you can press gently through the back of the head to draw the cervical spine into its natural curves. Pull back with the heels to lengthen the tail. Press into the big toe mound to activate the inner thighs. Exhale a little bit more fire in the belly. And gently release. So when the legs are wide, we have a little bit too much glute activation, and we squeeze and compress the sacral joint. Try that one more time. This time, you can fully bring the arms to the floor, roll the collarbones a little bit wider, maybe lift the shoulders slightly towards the ears to create more space in each of the vertebrae so we can come into an arch. Inhale. Exhale, navel in, lift the tail. Big toe mounds press the earth away, pull the knees forward, roll the breath up towards the chest. Inner thighs stay down, sitting bones lengthen towards the back of the knees. And hold a steady breath here. Press down with the top of the shoulders to lift the base of the neck. Exhale and slowly lower. Stretch the left leg out into a Tadasana leg. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Bring the hands behind the right knee and kick the right leg as straight as you can. Keep reaching through the left leg. A little bit more reach through the left leg, natural curve in the back. Hug the heads of the arm bones towards the floor. Hollow the lower belly. Kick the leg a little straighter. Let it shake a little. Good. Slide the left leg in, cross the right ankle over the left. Interlace your hands now behind the left thigh as you press the right knee away. You can try some gentle circles to massage the right hip. And then see if you can find a place where the right side of the waist, left side of the waist are balanced. Same length, same arch. Draw the shoulders towards the floor. Good. Release the left foot. Release the right foot, soles of the feet together, knees wide, hands to the inner thighs, stretch the inner thighs away from each other. Allow for a swelling of the belly as you breathe in. And a complete emptying out as you exhale. Big breath in. And big breath out. Use your hands, draw the knees together. Pull them in towards the chest. Reach the right leg out into a Tadasana leg. Hands behind the left thigh. Reach through the right big toe mound. Pull the left thigh in towards your chest and straighten the left. See if you can pull the left sitting bone towards the floor so the back of the left buttocks is on the floor. Stretch through the left heel. Stretch through the right foot. Try to find a little bit more length in the outer left hip. Active feet. And slide the right leg in, cross the left ankle over the right, coming into supine number 4 pose or reclined pigeon pose. Inhale, lengthen through the sitting bones. Exhale, maintain the length by drawing the belly in, finding a neutral spine. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, the eyes, the jaw. And release the right heel, the left heel, heels wide, arms wide, and slowly take the knees from side to side. Roll the head in the opposite direction. Allow yourself to feel each part of the transition. Noticing how the breath flows with your movement. Bring it back to center. Hands to your side, legs to the sky, and shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Change the direction. One more time, give it a shake. And release the arms and the legs. Into your final resting pose. Sensing the flow of energy. Feeling the breath. Feeling the energy within the breath. Taking a moment to be still and allowing that fire of transformation, the Agni Sara. Sara translates to your essence, burning away the past so that you can find your space towards the true self, the divine self. Be present to the wave, to the flow, to that flow that exists within. These patterns that we create over time from childhood, they're stored in our subconscious mind. We need the energy to transform only the stuff that we need to allow ourselves to believe in what is true within our hearts, to how we feel most at ease, most connected to our bliss. For a moment, let anything come up, the thoughts, sensations. Allow yourself to witness and be present with compassion to anything that arises. Accept it with a kind heart. And then release. And come back to your breath. Come back to ease. Come back to this moment. And then do it again. Gently begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Shift the jaw from side to side. Maybe let the head roll a little bit from side to side. And then draw the legs in. And gently roll over onto your right side, taking a moment to pause. As human beings, we're the one creature that can analyze, to look into our thoughts, to ruminate in our thoughts. We want to be able to see our path without getting lost, without letting the thoughts take control. Slowly make our way back to a seated position. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart, bowing your chin to your chest. We seal our practice in gratitude for finding the awareness to draw the energy, the heat, the direction of the mind towards our truth, towards the truth of our essence, the divine self, finding bliss within. It's my honor to teach you to the light in me, bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.